Peace and love, brothers and sisters. Peace and love. Y'all know who it be. It's always me. It's the Aquamarine Amicus Warrior. It's the Heyo Ka. And I'm here to drop that knowledge and speak my peace for all my brothers and sisters across the land and sea. I bet y'all wondering why I'm wearing this mask on my face. Because I have a message today. It's called Miss Me, but Don't Misunderstood Me. Okay? You know how many of us are misunderstood on a daily basis just because of the clothes we wear, or the food we eat, or the language we speak, or about how somebody perceives us to be? That really makes me wonder, has society or has the corrupt powers that be as a whole been misunderstanding us our entire lives? Like they tell us at birth, if you're born a man, you got to be stone, you got to be hard, you got to be tough. You can't show no fear. You can't show no pain. And then when we get married or have our significant other, whether who they may be, he, she, they, or them, we can't show emotion in them because we've been told since birth we're not allowed to be that person. So basically, we got to walk around with a mask on our face, so to speak. It's the same way in society, okay? If you're wearing a fancy suit, they assume you automatically rich just because you're wearing a nice Rolex and some fancy shoes and a nice car. But you could be renting that shit and people don't know. They just assume you rich. But a person who comes in a jogging suit, you know, wearing boxer gloves or MMA gloves and just, you know, I don't know, could be a multi-billionaire. They assume right off rip he a poor person who here robbed the place. Let's call the police. Let's get him arrested. But the person who really the thief is a person who actually wearing a fancy suit and use his corporation or power to drain the millions out of innocent civilians' pockets over the course of 3 to 6 years. And we as people continue to fall for this crap. So, miss me because you misunderstood me. You think you know about how we supposed to be and how the corrupt powers be tell us how we supposed to be, but they don't know shit on a ham sandwich. You're not supposed to sit up here and tell us, hey, we're supposed to be like this. We're supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be how God wants us to be, man. We were born as his children, not as the children of the corrupt powers that be, okay? Because at the end of the day, we answer to the king who sits on the eternal throne. Not one who wears a fancy suit and thinks just because he has a gun in his hand, he can make you bow to his demands. Or her demands. Now, like I said, I wore this mask today. But then my auntie threw me up on some knowledge. She said, you a strong African-American man walking down the street with a mask on. Even though it is a little nippy outside because the weather been a little funky lately in my neck of the woods. I don't know about y'all's, but it's been raining, sun shining, snowing, hailing, it's whatever. Mother Nature is bipolar right now. But I'm saying that to say this. We, as a people, allow ourselves to be dumbed down, controlled, and destroyed mentally, physically, and emotionally at birth, and it's really fucked up, okay? We got to stop doing that. We are people who should not be sitting up here being controlled by somebody who haven't even figured out who they want to be yet. They only been told who they want to be, okay? Because somebody else's dream has been put on them. They don't know if that's their dream. They don't know who they want to be. They don't know if they actually want to be that person. They just been told since birth, you got to be a soldier. You come from a long generation of soldiers. Excuse me, not loud, long generation of soldiers. Then they say, oh, you got to be a cop. We come from a loud, proud generation of cops. Maybe I don't want to be a cop. Maybe I want to be a track star. Maybe I had the ability to be that. Oh, because I'm African-American. Oh, and you tall. Oh, you could be a basketball player. Maybe I got the knowledge to be something besides a basketball player. You ever think of that? They judge you before they get to know you. Or because, you know, you a golf. Oh, well, you look disturbing. You look satanic. You look like you worship the devil. There are a lot of different forms of golf that has nothing to do with satanic rituals or none of that shit. There's eco-golfs like myself who care about the environment and want to see our generations of children and great-grandchildren expand through the cosmos. And they also want to protect our planet. There's regular golfs who just like the fashion and you know, death and the decay and beauty and finding life and everything. Or something just like, you know, just to be left alone. And then there's a satanic golf. But you don't know the difference, so you judge people just because you see their outward appearance. Miss me because you misunderstood me, okay? That is my message for today. Point blank, period. Why are you judging somebody before you even get to know them? Okay? Real talk. A female might be beautiful as fuck on the outside, but she could be the fucking Antichrist or the devil himself trying to drag your soul to hell on the inside. As long as she gets what she wants out of you, which is mostly your money, your self-esteem, your worth as a man, period. And once she's drained those three things out of you, she on like a shark or a piranha, ready to go on to her next victim. It's the same way for a male, too, because they do the same thing. So I'm not disrespecting either gender. I'm just putting the knowledge out there for y'all to understand this, okay? Y'all need to miss me, and y'all need to stop misunderstanding people, okay? Another thing. I don't have no judgment against the LGBTQIA community, but a douchebag who commits more crimes than freaking, oh, I don't know, than a freaking regular gang robber trying to provide for his family has no right to sit up here and tell somebody that if you chop off your wiener, that don't make you a female, that make you a eunuch, okay? Yeah, back in ancient times, when kings, they want their wives or other palace maids defiled, they would have their servants, males, chop off their wiener. But in today's time, it's the same thing, but you can't sit up here and disrespect somebody for that, okay? There are males who are born female mentally, and they think, okay, I don't want to be this gender. So they, get a transgender. They become the female that they wanted to be at birth. And there are males who are born female with the same mentality who get their gender swapped. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. But don't sit up here and disrespect the entire people just because you ain't feeling right, okay? Or you got a problem with that. We have been judging and misunderstanding people and misrepresentation of people since the dawn of time. You judge the outside without getting to know the inside. You look with these eyes, we're still looking with your third eye, okay? You need to see what's on the inside, not what's on the outside, my brothers and sisters, okay? Y'all need to rise up and wise up, okay? Because at the end of the day, until we start wearing a mask of stupidity like this, we're going to continue to be walking around blind. Both mentally and physically, okay? We can't see the birds in the trees because we so ready to chop them down and make a house without noticing that, hey, those birds actually help the environment. If they fly away, how they going to help us over here? Y'all need to rise up and wise up. I've spoken my piece. Peace and love.